This video is provided by the Center for Scholarly Communication. My name is Jessica, and this video is about managing research projects. First, write down all the tasks that you have to do this week. You can also do this more generally at the beginning for larger tasks through the semester. For now, focus on the week and write down the tasks you want to achieve or start. Later, we'll talk about how to break up tasks, such as write thesis, into smaller goals to help with completing them. You can pause the video to write this list. One way to manage time is through organizing tasks into different quadrants in a time management matrix. This is an example of a time management matrix. It's designed to help you think through what tasks you want to prioritize, and this will help with planning time to work on your projects. Write down all the tasks you have to do that are important to you, without worrying about if they're urgent right now. Then write down the tasks that are not important to you. So make two lists here. Non-important tasks can be things that you would like to avoid, such as things you may do when procrastinating. After you've decided what is important, then you can assign urgency. Does the task have a deadline approaching or some other reason why it needs to get done quickly? If the task is important, add it to quadrant 1. If the task is urgent but not important, such as a phone call or email, add it to the 3rd quadrant. If the task is not urgent but still important, add it to quadrant 2. You decide what's urgent or not for you. Finally, any tasks in quadrant 4 are likely procrastination tasks, which are not important to you and not urgent. Throughout the day, you spend time on tasks in each of these quadrants. In order to effectively prioritize the things that are important to you, you should try to maximize your time in quadrant 2, which is important but not urgent. Because of upcoming deadlines, you may have to spend some time doing tasks in quadrant 1, but your goal should be to spend more time in quadrant 2. Working on tasks before they become urgent and stressful will help you to reduce your stress during the week. As you spend more time in quadrant 2, you'll find fewer tasks that need to be in quadrant 1 or for less time because you'll have already started them or completed these tasks before the deadline. Pause the video here to complete assigning tasks to a quadrant from the list that you've made. Next, in order to build a habit for yourself, some people like having a schedule to keep them on track. Create a schedule for yourself and highlight all the time that you plan to spend on tasks that are important and urgent, or quadrant 1 tasks. Those times are needed to keep up to date with your deadlines. Then, using another color, highlight all the time that you spend on important but not urgent tasks, or tasks in quadrant 2. Is there any way to increase the time spent on quadrant 2 tasks? If these aren't your best work times, you may want to choose different times that you work on important quadrant 2 tasks in order to prioritize them. Pause the video here to build a schedule for yourself of the times that you'll spend on quadrant 1 and 2 activities, adjusting the times that you need to in order to fit your schedule in your best writing or work times. If you find it challenging to organize your time in advance, you can instead audit your time to find out how you're spending your time right now. To audit your time, just make a list of how you spend your time for the next week. Can you free up 1 hour in the next few days to work on important tasks that you want to prioritize? Can you free up 2 hours or more? Try writing down what tasks you work on for about 1 week. At the end of the week, make sure you review your list and make decisions about how to adjust your scheduled time for the next week. Now let's go back to the task list. You'll notice that the first in the list is write thesis. This will ultimately take many individual goals to achieve. So let's focus on this. First, let's break this large goal down into smaller steps. For example, you could break it down into 2 steps or more, starting with write a first draft of the thesis methods, and then write a first draft of the introduction. If we look at the first step, we would still need to break this down into tasks that are manageable, as you likely won't be writing a full draft in one sitting. To break down the goal into manageable tasks, we can use SMART goals, which are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. When planning a manageable task, try to consider all of these traits. For example, in our previous slide, we might break this step into 3 tasks. For instance, this is a SMART task. Free-write a paragraph about 1 method you completed, or explain your rationale for using the method with justification and references. Finally, edit your method paragraphs for organization and clarity of the language. Notice here that we've also included the time that we expect it to take. You would need more steps to complete the methods section in this case, but using SMART goals allows you to monitor your progress in your writing so that you can manage the amount of time that you spend on completing your goals. When you have an achievable amount of time you plan to work on each step, the steps also fit nicely in your schedule. Pause the video here to select one of your tasks that you want to achieve this week and write a SMART goal to go along with it. There are other tools to help with monitoring your tasks and progress in different writing and research activities. One of these is the Gantt chart. You can create this type of chart in Excel or another online program. It can be used for one or multiple projects and can be adjusted as you progress through your program. In this example, we have 2 different topics or different research projects, but this can be scaled up to have more or fewer with more detail. A lot of tools also exist for productivity, including various apps designed to help you focus, such as the app Forest. Try out different tools and strategies to see which strategies work best for you. Thank you for participating, and feel free to check out the resource that I used to prepare this video here. We hope you've enjoyed this video from the Center for Scholarly Communication. If you have any feedback, contact us at csc.ok@ubc.ca. For help with your academic communication, please see our website linked below.